got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me up. They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. One in the solo way. And if you got in my trend, I make you my protege. Crossing that soldier race. Make you explode the face. Now you official now. But you got a soul to say. I just been cooking that dough. I'm about to drop in the flow. Think if I call it the grand, the people gon' call it the truth. They really trip on the credit. I just paid all of my dues. I just respected you down. Got my name all in the news. Tripping on all of my moves. Call me on this, got a lot more to prove. Remember I came in this bitch, fresh out the county with nothing on you.
He's telling you he's not doing this for no reason, guys. Not at all. Listen the fuck up. Get the fucking dirt, dust, and wax out of your ear. Sit up in your chair, get your mic going and shit. Yes, he did. Grind. It's not for the money.
Back in this bitch like I never left. Stand for some shit that you never read. Dancing through stages and light through the ups and the downs like it's all just another test. Get by the goals like a fucking rep. I got respect in 100 sets. Too many times in another chest. There ain't no games if it wasn't chess. Cut from that
Playing chess. He'll bring up chess 500 times. Over and over and over and over again. Don't make me play every little part about chess. He had it right on his neck. Tattooed. Checkerboard and then king me right on his fucking neck. Can't be more obvious than that.
Double up, triple up, make it 6. Running so hard you can pay a bitch. Link to the lake if they want to fish. Make sure them niggas around you stick to the script. They should be written in stone. You can come visit my zone. I'll take my word. Double check all of my flows. Ask them out who so got on. But fuck what you heard. It's the who moved down that road. Showed everything but they slow. Fuck the turd. Real niggas rich as you nerds. Address the woman like you son. Don't do this for nothing.
Nope. Man, this is a fucking way more meaningful song now, guys. Way more meaningful. Every song he did is like this now. Go run back any Nipsey Hussle right now, and I guarantee you it's saying everything about what this song is portraying right now. That he ain't doing it for nothing. How many times you gotta fucking say it? It's gotta talk. All money in. What's that really mean?
Victory lap.
If you're super busy to the point where you don't
Grind with my squad, 100 racks on my car, no license at all. Tell that third nigga, 'cause that's how we ball. All these fuck niggas fraud, suckers and frauds. My circle so small, stick to my script and just ball. First I pick up my bitch, and we shut down the mall. Had to pick up the tip, she tried to pay for it all.
Yo, everybody needs to go and tune into this live broadcast because I'm dropping everything I know about the Nipsey Hussle thing. It's gonna be a 4-hour broadcast and nobody's talking about any of this shit. It's crazy as fuck. They're gonna censor it, I'm sure, but that's why it takes for you to get in there and find that shit, dig it out, dust it off, and watch the shit. Record it on your video because I'm gonna delete it after I do it. It's gonna be a live only broadcast, straight up, and it's live right now. Go find it. It's Mr-stillwinning, MR_stillwinning. Just like my name up there. If you need any help, that's how you use. That's how you do. Just press down, and you'll get it. All right. Jesus!
Fight with these demons.
Woo! Right at the right time, huh?
This life is a freedom. Success is a kilo.
Run that shit. Take notes, motherfuckers.
Jesus, fly like an eagle. Fight with these demons.
All day.
This life is a freedom. Success is a kilo. My wife is a CEO, but my mistress is Creole. I sip on that Clio while I'm banging that zero. Got a nigga like Cheetos that got more famous than CEO. Turn a chip from illegal just like Ps4 Casino. Get your ass off the P-roll. Watch him blow up like C4. I rose from the freakle.
I'm going to the next lobby, guys, so if you want to continue listening to what I got to say, go to Mr-stillwinning on YouTube, the channel.
How the fuck you gonna reach it? You making more than his teachers. On the moral with speed, all your morals are lead. Only focus is cheese, now the forest is trees. Got infected with greed, destroy what you see. That's what you made of me.
Alright, before I move on in the subject matter, I want to make it really clear of what he just said about having his right hand to Jesus. And I didn't plan this, I'm just going through tracks right now, and I muted it while it was playing just to say what I had to say. And now, as soon as I hit the unmute, it went to Jesus. So that there's no coincidence in that. There are no coincidences. So I'm going to go back and play that part so you can see that before we move on. Listen to this. Jesus. We love you, God. Jesus Christ.
My wife is a CEO, but my mistress is Creole. I sip on that Clio while I'm banging that zero. Got a nigga like Cheetos that got more famous than CEO. Turn the gym from illegal just like Ps4 Casino. It's off the P-roll, watch him blow up like C4. I rose from a freak.
Yeah.
Auroras and Lakers. Now froze on that business to try to drop down 2 singers. What's young and prestigious? Low was reaching my beaker. How the fuck you gonna reach it? You making more than his teachers. On the floor with speed. All your morals are lead. Only focus is cheese. Now the forest is trees. Got infected with greed. Destroy what you see. Your worst nightmare to me. Justify your means. Hold up.
Alright, so if he's doing chess references over and over and over again, what does that really mean? Why does he have a tattoo on his neck about chess with the checkerboard disguised as 2 flags, like a race car, 2 flag checks or crossed together? When really it's a checkerboard because in the middle he has a crown and it says king on the top and me on the bottom. It's king me. Why the chess reference? Why so blatantly over and over again he's talking about chess? And why is he talking about God and Jesus and winning and just hustling and motivating people? And this is all for a reason. He set all this up, every single little bit of it. This is like when you run back all the Tupac stuff on how it all made sense after he died, and he made all the music before he died about a bunch of stuff. It's like that on steroids. Like fucking thousands of the videos that he made now all of a sudden have clips of the real death in them, the official videos. So somebody's going into the accounts and putting the real footage in there just to make the video have the real footage, and thousands of these videos. It's crazy, dude. I've been going through all these videos and I've been watching all this stuff. It all makes sense. Anybody want to know what's going on with Nipsey Hussle and the full details, nothing held back, 4-hour broadcast, straight live, straight taken off right after. So if you don't watch it right then and there, you could record it with your phone, but I'm going to delete it after that. This is the exclusive that everybody's waiting to get that nobody's talking about. You can go to Mr-stillwinning on YouTube, and it's not about fame. I'm doing this for my brother. He wants us to pick up the torch and follow his lead, and I'm doing that. If anybody else wants to do that, hit us up at Uncensored Media Radio. That's what we do. So go to that on Facebook, go to that on Google, go to that on anything you want to go. It's Uncensored Media Radio. We need to pick the torch up. We need to make moves. The game has gone too far. They've been killing too many motherfuckers like that. There's so many people that they killed the exact same way. And they're expecting nothing to blow up about it, for no one to be upset enough to do what it takes to counter their move right now. Because their move in the big chess thing that he's talking about is killing him. And they think that's just going to dissolve his message and dissolve what he's doing and dissolve that. But really, he put all that stuff in the hands of somebody that's going to take it further. And there's people that are still alive in what's going on. So they're going to amp this to the max. And if everyone picks it up and does what they're supposed to do, we could beat these motherfuckers at their own game. That's the chess part of it. And he's looking at it like he's willing to die to teach all of you guys what's going on. That's a big, gigantic blessing for all you guys. For a man like that to live his life just to tell the whole world what's really going on in medicine and what's really going on in the world, and what's really unfortunate that they would kill him like that. And the way that they did it, it's so slimy, it's so snaky. It's basically his boy that he's been taking care of is the one who took him out, because there's no way anybody would have got into that area, into that neighborhood, into the security that he did have, which was him and his boys, which is way more security than a lot of people would think. There's no way anybody can get in there and just shoot him and leave and everything will be fine like it happened, and they don't know the guy, where the guy is and all that shit. It was all fucking set up, and it was all staged. And Nipsey even knew about it. Nipsey knew about it more than anybody else. And he wrote all his songs based on it. So go back on all Nipsey's stuff now and listen to it. And he's talking about beating them at their own game, doing it the right way, being a man finally, and swearing to Jesus that he'll do it his way. And this is his message. I'm going to play the Racks in the Middle one. That's 30 days ago. So this is most recent work before he died.
You need to get things done. With Monday.com, it's easy, fun, and simple.
He's in a graveyard. The first scene in this is he's walking in a graveyard. And then he shakes Roddy Ricch's hand, and Roddy Ricch smiles like he's about to do something crazy. So he's dapping him up like, I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Yeah. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had a pray to Almighty God, they let my
praying to God.
When you get it straight.
By the way, nobody in the industry is allowed to talk about praying to God and stuff like that. So this, him owning his own label and him owning the whole business music part of it, is a step in the best right direction that anybody can go. And that's another thing that he's trying to teach you guys, to do it your own way, not do it their way. and not sign their contracts, which basically say what you can and can't talk about. And God is one of the things you can or can't talk about when you sign them contracts. I read it myself. So you need to not, if you're going to do music, you're going to do clothes, you're going to do any type of thing that's going to be successful in the long run, you're going to need to do it on your own and do the grind that it takes to get to those levels of success. And they're going to come for you. You got to know that. They're going to come for you. But you got to ride so that you know in the back of your mind that they'll ride for you afterwards. So actually, he said it in that interview. They said, we're scared for your life after you're doing all this good stuff. And he goes, well, I just hope people will ride for me. And that's what it's all about, dude. Run it all back. That's what it's all about. I'll play all the clips for you guys if you want. It's going to be a 4-hour broadcast. There's a lot of information. This shit has hit me deep, man. I love them. I'm a musician, and I love them as a fellow musician and a fellow human being that would do it the way that it needed to be done and not be scared of the consequences. And that's some real shit. That is as real as you get in today's age. It's so sick how everything is so twisted and nobody knows anything. What's up, buddy? The broadcast is at Mr-stillwinning on YouTube. Mm-hmm. You're a good dude. That's good, man. I'm glad it sounded good for you. Well, I was playing an instrumental, but that's nah. There's no. Listen, the conspiracy is that it's not a conspiracy. You dig? Listen, the Listen to me. Listen to me. The conspiracy is. Let me. This is the most intelligent thing anybody's gonna say about it. That this conspiracy, the biggest conspiracy about this, is that there is no conspiracy. That when people have a conspiracy, it usually immediately paints the person as just making assumptions and not having any proof. That's what a conspiracy theory is, and that's a buzz term, yo. It's created by the government to make people look and sound dumb as fuck. So the point is, it's all COINTELPRO shit, and his boy killed him, and the FBI lined it all up. And he knew what was coming, and he wrote all his songs winning at the game of chess that he's talking about. The game of chess that he's talking about is them killing him, but his work living on. So he did all what he did. He says it over and over again. I don't do it for nothing. People got to ride for me. And this is our way to ride for him. Is to put this information out, is to point out the facts, is to wake as many people up as possible. And this is going to stir up more than anybody can ever imagine. Nobody sees it happening right now. But this is going to stir up some big, crazy controversy that's going to end in either a civil war, or people are just going to be so dumb that we deserve to fucking die and be put in FEMA camps because we're that fucking stupid. Oh yeah, they're trying to spark war with actions like that, for sure. Yep. But listen, but the person that you're talking about is also a guy that's been on his payroll the whole time. So he's a trusted member, okay, from the beginning. So they flipped a guy that's been with them since fucking kindergarten. That's the sick part. That's the sickest part of it all, bro. That was his real fucking boy. That he thought he could trust. And that's why they killed him. They couldn't have killed him any other way. They couldn't even have sent a fucking SWAT team in there to get him. With all the fucking guns they probably got over there. So anyways, go to the channel, check it out. I'm going to the next lobby. Have a nice night, guys.
Yeah.
Drug addicts.
Yeah. the middle. I was riding around in the P4 with the racks in the middle. Yeah. I was riding around in the P4 with the racks in the middle. Had a friend almighty got it, let my dog got it killed. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine this shit. I've been pulling up in the drop top with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused on my chick. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Tryna put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me. Lurking on her. Ain't show no mercy on her. We was going back to back. We put a curfew on her. It was dark clouds on us, but that was perfect for us. You know you always crash and burn, but it was working for us. Limo tip to B12, double check the details. Gotta cross my T's and dot my I's or I can't sleep well. Millions off of retail. Once again I prevail. Knew that shit was over from the day I dropped my pre-sale. Hold up, let the beat build. See me in the street still. I've been fighting battles up a steep hill. They gave my road dog 12, it was a sweet deal. And I've been riding solo trying to rebuild. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had a friend almighty got it, and my dog got the kill. When you get it straight up by them.
Yo, everybody needs to listen up and go to the YouTube channel. Listen to what I gotta say about Nipsey Hussle. It's gonna be a 4-hour broadcast, all the details you don't know and nobody's talking about. We need to talk about it. We need to have a bunch of people stirred up by something so crazy like this. Because it is crazy. It is the craziest shit you ever heard in your life, I promise. Wait till you get all the details. All you little motherfuckers that are wet behind the ears, it's time to grow up, bro. It's time to face some facts.
Damn, I wish my nigga Fast was here. How you died 30-something after banging all them years? Grammy nominated, in the sun of shedding tears. All this money, power, fame, and I can't make you reappear. But I'll wipe them though. We just embrace the only life we know. If it was me, I'd tell you, nigga, live your life and grow. I tell you, finish what we started, reach the heights, you know?
Yep.
Gas the V12 to the pipe and smoke. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had a friend almighty got it, let my dog got it killed. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine this shit. I've been pulling up in the drop top with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused.
Alright, I'm going to the next lobby. Mr-stillwinning on YouTube. It's that simple.
Left of me, another $1 million bill, that's just some regular shit. See my granny on the jet, some shit I'll never forget. Next day we flew to Vegas with my boomer connects. We break bread, we ain't never success. Play music and best. Enterprise, take lucrative steps. Cold game, but I knew it was chess. That's a youth in the set. Learn the game, you a student at best. But it's a couple things you can expect. Just like money, no money, niggas shooters respect. Other shooters, we was both on my toe in your neck. I'm on the freeway in the drop, they got me losing my breath. I'm gonna dance with the blues on the deck.
My team and I always had trouble managing our tasks until one of my colleagues found Monday.com. You can see the task owner, what the deadline is, change the status, and it's all in one place. Inside each task you can make comments, attach
everywhere I go flex, now they park on some low shit. Whole lot of smoke in that Rari, that thing post. Burning rubber, wearing cameras, it was undercovers. Under pressure, make statements turned on their brothers. Never judge you, but the streets will never love you. I wonder what it come to in your brain for you to run to. Ones that hate us, handcuffers and maces. All us dumb niggas cause our culture is contagious. Third generation South Central gangbangers.
We do set trends, somewhat. Pretty trends, pretty ones. Not no shit like booty tops and shit like that. Set trends, we you know what I mean? After there's gonna be someone else that can take over all.
Get it? Text a message, I don't know the number. Flexing on these niggas, every bony muscle. Steady taking shots, never hurting them. Even then, y'all don't worry nothing. And I like to get.
Yo, everybody stop talking for a minute. I want to talk to you guys. Yo, listen to me for 2 seconds and stop running your mouth. I'm making a video right now. Listen, I'm making a video. I'm Nipsey Hussle. I got a 4-hour broadcast. I'm going to uncover all the things that I got to say. If you want to listen to it, if you want to do it, if you want to listen to it, roll up. It's going to be shit you ain't never heard that nobody's talking about that we need to talk about, period. It's on YouTube. Mr-stillwinning.
All y'all Chris now. Fuck it, I'm Big Charles, I'm Jake Chris now. What you niggas done? I don't give a fuck where you niggas from. Oh, you in your mouth, go and get a gun. Then you slumped on the scene, that's a hit and run. Oh, y'all bloods now, oh, y'all Crips now. Fuck it, I'm Big Charles, I'm Jake Prince now. I'm frontline wars we can't fix now. But latex gloves, that's no Prince now. If you broke bread, you got chip now. Couple things you can't buy inside this town. Loyalty, love, and respect. And niggas really start you out your check. That's your names, cause I'm sucker proof. Don't play no games, boy, I'm buster proof. That's your names, cause I'm sucker proof. Don't play no games, boy, I'm buster proof. That's your names, cause I'm sucker proof. Don't play no games, boy, I'm buster proof. That's your names, cause I'm sucker proof. Don't play no games, boy, I'm buster proof. I don't give a fuck how you niggas feel.
DJ Forgotten.
Yo. You're not on my level. I'm from the dirt with the shovel. I had to talk with the devil. I had to talk with the Lord. My life is getting out of control. You're not on my level. I'm from the dirt with the shovel. I had to talk with the devil. I had to talk with the Lord. My life you cannot afford. Can't count the diamonds in the vessel. You not on my wave. I never take off a day. My young nigga take off your face. When they say can, watch him do the race. My legs is hurting from sitting on crates. You not in my zone. My niggas flocking you home. Don't come through the block on your own. Watch what you say, cause they got from the phone. This is my life, this is not just a song. You not in my way. I don't see nothing you doing. I had a trap spot, it was booming. Shooter was bringing me things every day. If it wasn't for rap, both my lives would be ruined. I know what I'm doing. I don't take advice from anybody. Sell it, cream in any lobby. Shoot it at the yard like I'm Ricky Bobby. I ain't pulling over if they get behind me. 7 bitches with a super molly. Too much to carry, go and get $1. Reminiscing when them niggas line me down like water. I was hoping to God. I looked them right in the face. The reef feel like you out of space. You book me and you gotta pay. Really sign me no borrowing cases. My lawyer just dropped all my cases. Been freaking on all of my faces. I just refuse to be in aces. They even talking to God. Talking to God. They even talking to
couple niggas gave what they go. Gang of niggas traded they soul.
Yes, they did.
I'm standing out 10 toes.
All
Look at my
10.
man's where it go. Wonder where my friends all go.
Where'd they go?
My wife to this girl, paranoid, she gon' leave if my hands get low. Knowing that this game to be played, but I'm knowing that this game to be changed. I should be afraid of afraid. I'm just trying to live up to the meaning of my name. I'm just trying to live up to the niggas in my game. I'm just trying to live up to my moment.
I ain't afraid.
I'm just trying to live up to the truth of my pain. The power that they gave me in the youth of today. I put a coop in the safe. And I shoot from the waist. My time is money. I ain't got a second to the roof of my face.
I look them right in the face. The race so like you out of space. You put me in, you gotta pay. Let's have me no power in cases. My lawyer just dropped on my cases. They're flipping on all my faces. I just wish they would reopen aces. They even talking to God. Talking to God. They even talking to God.
DJ Forgotten.
Yo, everybody in this lobby, I'm waiting till the chat that I got going fills up to start all the details I got, but I'm going in for Nipsey, man. If you guys want to hear it, go to Mr-stillwinning on YouTube. I'm out. Sacrifice.
Got to roll the dice, that's why all my life I've been grinding all my life.
All my life.
Been grinding all my life. Sacrifice. Hustle, pay the price.
Sacrifice.
Got to roll the dice, that's why all my life I've been grinding all my life.
Yep.
I'm married to this guy. That's who I made my wife. Said I die alone, I told that bitch she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklin and a shoulder full of stripe. Don't know a nigga like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail feds, you can pull my file yourself. Spot rags, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Nah, damn right, I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60, shit, I might got killed. Standing so tall, I think I might got stills. Legendary baller like Mike, like Will.
Yo, everybody that wants to know the truth about Nipsey, go to Mr-stillwinning on YouTube and hurry up, because it's only going to be live. It's going to be a 4-hour broadcast.
We have an army of digital soldiers.
Warning. You are entering Area 17.
Hello, Patriots, and thank you once again for tuning in to Area 17 Ground Zero here on YouTube. I was not planning on coming to you with a video today, but this Nipsey Hussle story just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Nipsey Hussle shot dead at 33. The LAPD looking for answers. It's kind of funny because the LAPD are still looking for answers for Biggie and Tupac back in the 90s. Anytime that the Illuminati has one of their own fall, they know exactly what happened and they want to be the first to offer condolences. This is for real. You were about something positive and for your community, and every chance you had to speak. And because of that, you inspired millions. Millions who will uphold your legacy forever. Rest in peace among the stars. And that is from Pharrell. Here is the crybaby, Le Brick, Le Baby, Le Philanthropist, LeBron James, with 6 crying emojis, 4 double exclamation point emojis. So sad, man. Damn, man, this hurt. I'm sure he wished he was there for him. Bruno Mars. Nipsey was one of the first artists I ever worked with about 10 years ago when I started producing. When he showed up to the studio, not only was he extremely talented, but I remember him being an absolute gentleman, like an old soul. As he grew more successful, I would watch his interviews and tell everybody how much I loved the way he carried himself and the positive things he was doing for his neighborhood and the community. It was very obvious he had so much more time to offer to their music. It breaks my heart to see this. Prayers to his family. And then you have Steve Sugarov, who we, the LAPD chief, Moore, and I, were meeting at the request of Nipsey Hussle with him and Rock Nation tomorrow at 4 p.m. to talk about the ways he could help stop gang violence and help us help kids. I am so very sad. And this is coming straight from the LAPD. Gang violence. Could it be? Is that what we're dealing with here? Or are we dealing with something a little bigger? I'm willing to bet it's something a little bigger. This is going to take a little bit of digging. This is going to take a little bit of time. But we are going to find what narrative needs to be pushed here. And it's not the LAPD narrative, I can tell you that, because y'all done messed up Biggie, you done messed up Tupac. There are so many countless other crimes that you have missed out there, LAPD. But here we go. We're going to find something here. Guys, there's some yard work being done outside, so if you hear some background noise right at this juncture, I truly do apologize. But this article is very important to kind of shed some light on who could be behind the murder of Nipsey Hussle. This is an article from Forbes dated back in February 20th. Change is coming to Crenshaw, and Nipsey is aiming to be on its bleeding edge. This month, Nipsey and business partner David Gross swooped in to pay a couple of million for the plaza. Within 18 months or so, they'll knock everything down and rebuild it as a 6-story residential building atop a commercial plaza where a revamped Marathon store will be the anchor tenant. There's some beefs you might have there with the other store owners in that plaza. Nipsey may not be hip-hop's biggest name. I just heard of him a couple of days ago myself. But he's certainly among the genre's most entrepreneurial. His slow burn career started with a catch fire 6 years ago when Nipsey offered 1,000 copies of his mixtape Crenshaw for $100 a piece. Wow. $100 a piece for a mixtape. Jay-Z bought 100 copies and rolled the profits into his label, All Money In. He released just 100 copies of the subsequent offering, Mailbox Money, with a price tag of $1,000. Jesus. Nipsey was not trying to be independent just for the sake of it, but thinking about the benefits of being an independent artist, said Chris Lyons, who has known Nipsey for several years and runs Anderson Horowitz Cultural Leadership Fund, which counts Nas and Diddy as investors. So you're starting to see the whole Illuminati web weaved right here. Nipsey flirted with major labels, signed with Epic, but leaving in 2010 with his catalog intact. So there's another possible situation there. Meanwhile, Nipsey continued to give away other mixtapes to validate his fans, who in turn supported him by buying concert tickets and merchandise. He turned down new record labels because the labels all seemed to want a piece of his burgeoning, broader business. In one verse, he blustered about Benzes and Bentleys and touted his trusted accounts alongside the $1 million life insurance on my flesh. At the same time, Nipsey was looking for other ways to expand his empire. He met Gross, a private equity and real estate investor, courtside of the Laker game several years ago. We started drinking tequila. We was more friendly. Imagine that. They bonded over Gross's idea for an inner-city co-working space, now known as Vector 90. Billionaire Sean Parker is the guy that founded Napster, by the way, told Forbes last year, instead of having government handout pools of taxpayer dollars, you have savvy investors directing money into projects they think will succeed. Parker was part of the diverse group of Opportunity Zone proponents that included Senators Tim Scott of South Carolina, a Republican, and Cory Booker of New Jersey, a Democrat. Like Partner, they argue that bold moves are necessary to fix entrenched ills. To qualify for the program, an area must have a median household income 80% less than nearby neighborhoods, or a poverty rate of 20%. As just that one article laid out, this guy Nipsey had some major ties into the Illuminati, and a lot of reasons why those people within those ties of the Illuminati would want him dead, whether for financial gain or power. It's all there. But here's the big one. The big one is he was making a documentary about Dr. Sebi, who found a cure for AIDS back in the 80s and was killed himself. And here's the article from According to Hip Hop, Nipsey Hussle to do a documentary on Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was a Honduran herbalist and self-proclaimed healer. Dr. Sebi was famed to cure all disease with herbs and a unique vegan diet based on various pseudoscience claims. His diet was based on the discredited alkaline diet. His beliefs on the origin of disease denied germ theory and taught that HIV is not the cause of AIDS, and factored in faux Afrocentric claims about the genetic characteristics of Africans and its diaspora. Nipsey Hussle feels like the more light needs to be shed on Dr. Sebi and the fact that Dr. Sebi took his case of having a cure for AIDS to the Supreme Court and won. Nipsey believes that Dr. Sebi was killed in fear that his message would spread to the level of affecting the pharmaceutical industry's capital gain. No exact date on the upcoming documentary yet, but people are already talking. Joe Budden even opened the floor for it to be spoken about on his Revolt show, State of the Culture. So let me take you to a clip from a radio show called The Breakfast Club that he did, a pretty popular show up in New York. And this is Charlemagne the God asking him about Dr. Sebi.
Just to go back to the Dr. Sebi thing real quick, what makes you want to do a documentary? Okay,
get it right, man.
What makes you want to do a documentary about Dr. Sebi?
I think the story is important. I think it's a powerful narrative.
It is.
You know what I mean? And I think imagine this. Anybody in this room, if I could say somebody cured AIDS, y'all be like, yeah, right. And then I could show you an example of him going to trial and proving in a court to a jury that he cured AIDS. Y'all would be interested in that.
Absolutely.
And y'all would look into the way he did it, right?
And here's one more clip that was taken of him talking about if he dies, that they got him for this documentary.
Proving that he cured AIDS?
Absolutely.
Come on, why you don't know about that?
Absolutely.
And you know.
And he just died mysteriously down there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you know how they play.
Oh yeah.
And, he Hustle, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. I said, you better ride for me.
Yeah, that's what
I said, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. Tweet me, Hustle,
Plane's
be careful,
gonna go
man.
down. That's why he made that video with the plane in it.
Don't go down.
There you have it in his own words. People were tweeting at him, telling him to watch himself, telling him to watch out. His plane going to go down. In other words, they go to kill him over this documentary. Now let's take you into a guy who was at the scene of the crime.
Right. Okay, the enemy's hand is all in this. I'm going to give you some information that you need to know. 1, 5 shots to the body, 1 to the head. 5 shots to the body, 1 to the head. That is a military style hit. It was in and out. The way it happened was in and out, very quick.
With all of the information that we have uncovered over the last few hours about Nipsey Hussle, what we can rule out is gang warfare. Just straight up. There's something deeper going on here. There's something behind this. It was a military style hit. The fact that he was putting out the documentary, the fact that he was wrapped up in the Illuminati, a whole lot of birds were quieted down with this one killing. And that's what I gotta say about that. But there is a possibility of a fake narrative out there that could be popping up in the mainstream. So let me go ahead and forewarn you about that now. Back in 2016, it was Nipsey Hussle along with YG putting out the song FDT, and you can read what that stands for. And it was put out on behalf of Def Jam, which is Jay-Z. So this could be starting to get linked in the mainstream to a red MAGA hat, white supremacist, white nationalist type guy, or a QAnon, because you know how they did with the Gambinos. Started framing it to us. Don't be surprised if you see this come up in the mainstream. Just a forewarning. But if you guys like what I'm doing here and you would like to support me, go over to patreon.com/area17gz. We have a tip jar set up. You can throw in a donation as low as $1. That is patreon.com/area17gz. Follow me on Twitter at area17gz. If you have a question, hit me up on the mailbag at area17@protonmail.ch. Make sure you're subscribed, like, and share these videos. Some of them do not pop up on recommendations. So turn your notifications on also so you know when we're coming out with a new video drop. And thank you guys once again. Condolences to the family. Where we go on, we go all.
Are vegans healthy? Are vegetarians healthy? French fries and beer are vegan.
Brother Ruff, Royal Family, Hog Miner. God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. But don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. West side? God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. But don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. But don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Sacramento, California, born and raised. Shout out to the real ones that paved the way. Banging on the Rebo set, almost 7 days. Got some selling coaching more than Easter Sunday. Shout out to my rally, CB on the key. Pulling Jagger on the seas in the sea. My baby brother, Clipper Gang Nasty. Shout out to Britton Stafford for believing in me. Baptized young, but I hit the streets. My mama wasn't done, knew I hit the streets. She about to get me out, but I dropped cheese. Then she had a big old smile, then I went to sleep. Man, mama kept us at church. Then I went to school and had to put in work. Squabble in the field, left them in the dirt. Bible in the backpack, put the work. God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. But don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. But don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still murder on a school day. I used to sit in detention and sit puppy face. Or call a Rossi in a sports bottle, 9th grade. Choir rehearsal Wednesday and Saturday. I felt suicidal, but I didn't want the pain. So I went to my grandmama, she started to pray. She said, I know it's hard, baby, like I have his way. Started a ministry with one of the homies. He blew his noodles out and left both short. I slipped into depression, didn't nobody know it. I always kept them guessing cause I never showed it. Clutching on the 40, throwing back a 40. Caught me 3 divorces before I was 40. Just like Jacob, I'm a wrestle with the liver bone. Product of a broken vessel up in California. God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. But don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. But don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West.
Yeah, babe born Sacramento raised. I was just an acorn back up in the days. When I was young, I had dreams of standing on center stage. But my criminal schemes landed me in the cage. My mama used to pray that I don't go to hell. And I know my papa hated when I go to jail. On Sunday, they was dragging me to church. On Monday, I'm up before the sun, bagging me some work. Yeah, I'm tying off the baggie like a tourniquet. Stash in the dashboard, making sure the burner fit. The neighbors used to say I was an evil kid. But every day I pray before I leave the crib. The devil's working, so I hope I don't get caught up. I chose to be a gangster, ain't the way that I was brought up. But the pain I was feeling made me wanna put this thing to my brain while I'm chilling. Suicidal. I'm sipping codeine, thumbing through the Bible, hoping for forgiveness, cause I know I'm finna shoot a rival. Worshiping the gang like you do an idol. The church ain't been the same since my crew's arrival. I give the Lord every bit of the glory for bringing me through this horror story. For really, though, I'm still from the park, niggas, what it do? From the west, and I'm blessed, niggas, what is you?
God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. God in my heart, yeah, I know I'm blessed. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. To the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West. Don't get it twisted, man, it's still the West.
This was me right after I started my business. You see, starting my business, that was easy, but maintaining it, that was chaos. We tried a combination of apps, software, and other solutions just to find out that these solutions were actually adding to our workload. And that's when I found Bitrix 24, a free
This is our second store. 46 tasks ago, these were bare walls. But 128 calls later, we've got 32 pre-orders in the CRM. What's left are 13 video conferences and 3...
Alright, I'm waiting for this YouTube room to fill up. Anybody that wants to hear this Nipsey Hussle stuff, join it. It's Mr. Still. Mr-stillwinning. Go to the next lobby.
My business when we swift to your town. My life's changed now, I'm banging for you right there. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah, my business when we swerve to your town. My business when we swerve to your town. Down. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah, my business when we swerve to your town. My business when we swerve to your town. For real. Purple kings, fitted braids, purple beats, purple chucks, suede, purple tee, straight from the city of the purple trees. I'm putting hogs on the mind, planting purple seeds. Baltimore Ravens coat, purple trim, big body, old school for low. Purple rim, 7-7 cutty, black with the purple strips. Where I'm at, they in the trap, moving purple zips. 7.6 tubes with the purple tips. I'm mixed red and blues, I'm making purple pits. Hog Haven Studios laying purple hits. My money cracking, now I'm stacking purple chips. Yup, black
cross, purple rag. Sack boss dipped in mac sauce, purple swag. I'm a hog all the time, purple cloud. When I die, put that guy in a purple box. My business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My business, when we swerve the yard town. My business, when we swerve the yard down. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My business, when we swerve the yard town. My business, when we swerve the yard town. My circle full of purple, that's a bowl of grapes. With a purple flag dragging it's below the waist. Purple chucks with the purple lace. Haters hold their breath and get a purple face. Prince of the mind, you see the purple rain. With the purple blood flowing through these purple veins. Purple diamonds set inside a purple chain. In a grape jelly form with the purple stain. Orange lake of golds on a purple lack. Baby painted toes to match our purple tracks. Gorillas in the jungle with the purple backs. Hog mop, you can say we bringin' purple back. No purple lean, but I'm a purple fiend. And when I sleep, I'm having purple dreams. Sack king, purple team with them purple schemes. With some blue hundreds inside these purple jeans. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My business when we swerve the yard town. My business when we swerve the yard down. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My business when we swerve the yard town. My business when we swerve the yard town. Yeah. Purple candy looking manly. Purple D's. That thing roll cold. Purple freeze. Yup. Barney bread. Purple cheese. Warfare. We bear arms. Purple sleeves. Ammo in the whammo with the purple handle. It do a job for the mob. Purple squeeze. Nah, I ain't tripping just on my purple peas. Pray for my enemies all day. I got purple knees. Look, my business, boy, you heard the hook. When it come to this music, man, I'm a purple cub. And Christ is the king, I'm just a purple rug. Hogmob.com, get your purple book. P-U-R-P-L-E, everything in sight, man. My life's changed, now I'm banging for the right game. They say they can't stand me in my purple art. Boy, my whole family got a purple heart. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My business when we swerve the yard town. My business when we swerve the yard down. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My business when we swerve the yard town. My business when we swerve the yard town. It's my business, so it's purple on down. P-U-R-P-L-E, everything in sight, man. My business when we swerve the yard town. My life's changed, now I'm banging for the right gang. It's my business, so it's purple on down. P-U-R-P-L-E, everything in sight, man. My business when we swerve the yard town. My life's changed, now I'm banging for the right gang.
Whether you have really bad acne all over your face, 1 or 2 cystic pimples, or just flat out dry skin, like myself sometimes, and we can all use some free Curology. Curology is a super cool skin applicant that I'm sure you've heard of. I have my personalized night cream, and let me tell you, it is literally the best thing ever. I can't tell you how many swipe ups I got saying that my skin looks super glowy or super vibrant. You know what it is. Curology can personalize what you need, which is actually so awesome because your skincare regimen won't be the same as your friends, and it's different than anything you bought in store, and you can't get Curology in a store at all. All of those products
Jesus Christ! We love you, God! That's right, people. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. Go to the money! Jesus Christ!
We take it way up, higher than that, off on a launch and lift, off into the dark abyss, past the stars where the Martians live. Never will these archers miss their mark. You see the darts we spit at sharpened tips. We aim for the heart and hit what our target is. Like an arsonist, lighting a match up and then tossing it onto gasoline. We're torching this, homie. Of course it's lit. Like Rick James on Eddie Murphy's couch, screaming out darknesses with no remorse. We kick that grime in this pod. We are sharks to fish.
This is a remix. Get a beat, flip, rip it to pieces. Get a seat. We have been a winner, sweet in the eat. We sitting with Jesus, dropping it for the God, risen he alive, living in the midst of the people. Try me, and if you're not feeling it, then vibe really I ain't feeling you either. Whether or not you feel it, I'm not forgetting what God has given to me. I could be locked up and up inside the prison and not to visit a priest. God willing, I'ma give him the gospel till I'm not in position to speak. love for the canned goods. I could rap good, but I did what I could for the fam. That's manhood. Quit looking for the quick lick. Told God if you're not with it, I quit this. That's when he told me, no, you just go and be lit. I've been on the road doing shows ever since then. Tell them what I know, pray their souls and get lifted. Bless them with the flow, but the goal is repentance. Never get it twisted. Daddy, let me loose. They gotta move. We should put the burner, baby. I got the juice. They hating on my team, cause we the truth. Won't he do it? And we the proof. Way, 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 way,
talk on me, but you know that I'ma talk back. You ain't pitching, you can buck back. You ain't gotta ride, you can walk back. Hey, we need to get the salt back. Dark rap, make the blackboard. And if you ain't teaching from the most high, little homie, you can get a chalk back. Homie, I can never go back. I was down in the gutter, man. Low, low in a dark place. Oh, thank God, he the Prozac. Everybody gotta raise up. Knees down and the praise up. Lock down, homie, stay up. Tell them all that there's a way up.
The blood, we covered by it. Speaking up when everyone is silent. Think we don't, man, y'all confused. We be dropping jewels like a drunken pirate. Showing up the parties uninvited with the Sunday fire. I be praising God with. Probably leaving everyone inspired. If they spirits any higher, they would mosh pit. We don't really want that, do we? Nah, man, I never care what I haters say. Y'all tripping, my sauce dripping like a winter goes bathed in a Gatorade. Ooh, flaming an 808. Straight propane, let me demonstrate. Put 5 to the beat and do the same thing. Eminem and Jay did a renegade.
Look up, man, look at what I got cooked up. Could've took us with a beam and a touch, but no, God, that's mean in the clutch. Teaming it up with a rough punch, and I don't play game like putt-putt. Gotta let God be the gut punch. He's running the play like Hunt. If you really trying to have a dust-up, put your pride and recognize what just us. Trust the mighty hand of God to rough us. Swing it with your might or get your bust up. Trying to hurt the kid to get you roughed up. Like Paul and Silas, till I'm in a coffin virus. Benefit righteous, feeling it, living it, pious, bias. Daddy, let me loose.
They gotta move. We should put the burner, baby. I got the juice. They hating on my team, cause we the truth. Won't he do it? And we the proof. Way, 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 way,
What? Yeah. Yo, anybody that wants to hear the stuff I got to say about Nipsey Hussle, it's going to be a 4-hour video broadcast. It's going to be live only. I got a bunch of details that nobody's talking about, and you guys need to hear this. So go to Mr-stillwinning on YouTube. I'm going to wait to talk about it till everyone gets in there. Adios. Go.
I remember the owner of the Master Burger used to tell us he basically wouldn't allow the members of the community to hang out at all. He even removed the seats so people had to order they shouldn't go. I remember that being young, like feeling like, how dare you? And now he's our tenant. He pay us rent every month. Me and Hit Boy got a records we done in the past. I forgot what I came off of, whether it was like just business shit we've been doing, working, but we hadn't really been recording like that. The first record he played me was Racks in the Middle. Just the way it dropped, You know, the way the drums hit, it sounded new, but it was banging. Roddy Tone automatically, you know what I mean? Then when I heard what he was saying, I had a song in my head for it already. I know that the story he telling and you know, the place he represented, I know about that place. I know about that story, so I understand it. We was lurking on him. Ain't show no mercy on him. We was going back to back. We put a curfew on him. If you've been in a wartime situation, if your community experienced war going on outside, you know what going back to back feel and sound like, because, you know, whether you was in the area where you had people coming back to your section, you just, you know, multiple incidents, you know, so I was just referencing the era, you know, in the time in LA when it was like, it was an intense moment. And I said, I was going back to back. The eye is like the area, the community. It was dark clouds on us, but that was perfect for us. We know you always crash and burn, but it was working for us. Limo tint the V12, double check the details. Gotta cross my T's and dot my I's or I can't sleep well. I never been one of the people that could be comfortable being careless. Some people, I noticed the quality that they don't have that, they just don't have the I guess the pressure on themselves. You know, they just have a little bit of a comfort that I don't have. I don't feel comfortable unless I know I've been above and beyond with my preparation. The things that possibly could happen, if I ain't take real steps to prevent those things, I'm not comfortable. I can't walk around, you know, charismatic and happy. No, I gotta make sure, you know, we setting up some type of wealth, because we might have a little bag right now, but we know a lot of people had a bag right now, and they ended up bad. Millions off of retail. Once again, I prevail with the Marathon brand in the clothing operation. You know, it's become a multi-million-dollar business on its own. So when I say millions off of retail, it can apply to, you know, the catalog of music that I put out indie. It could apply to the album that I just put out. It could apply to the brand, the Marathon, or just myself. Just retail meaning commerce in general. Knew that shit was over from the day I dropped my pre-sale. I knew when I was making Victory Lap that at the point I was at in my career, I wasn't gonna do nothing else till I felt I had an album with 14 or 16 great songs. My whole process was like, when it blow me away, I'm gonna be ready to move. When I listen to it top to bottom, and I'm like, I get the chills from it, and I hear a person in this music, then I'm be ready to go. So when I heard it, I'm like, yeah, it's out of here. Hold up, let the beat build. See me in the street still. I've been fighting battles up a steep hill. Coming from the rolling 60s, a community that you can check the stats. You can check the LA history. My section especially is cannibalistic. You know what I mean? Feed on their own. We don't got nobody that really made it up from over here, that was born and raised over here, that walked to the liquor stores, went swimming in the summer at the parks, you know, rode their bikes through these back streets, fought in the back of these buildings. So, you know, the learning curve for the community, the learning curve for myself, you know what I mean, was very, very intense. They gave my road dog 12, who was a sweet deal. And I've been riding solo trying to rebuild. 12 sound like, you know what I mean, them throwing a book at you. But it's just relative to what charges is up against you. Getting 12 out of the situation and knowing how you was out here moving, you got a sweet deal. You did all right. You coming home. You got a date. Under no condition will you ever catch me slipping. Motorcaded shooters plus the Maybach chauffeur driven. Growing up in LA, you learn that you need guns early. We always was aware of playing defense and protecting ourselves, but then I got 3-4 gun cases, so I don't play like that. I ain't out here playing with my daughter's well-being like that. I go to jail, it's all gonna stop. And it's cheaper to hire the gunman than to pay the bail. Even if you do beat the case, the bail costs more than the salary. So we just had to start thinking on them levels. If they catch me with it, they gonna send me off to prison. Judge ain't sympathizing, court don't show forgiveness. You see what they doing to rappers? You see how they targeting rappers? I ain't gonna make it easy. You know, we gonna play by the rules, you know, and that's what that was about. Engine in the Lambo drowning out the music. Silk Dior with the flowers, 5 gold Cubans. Champagne while I shop, hope I splurge foolish. Closing escrow twice this month, both commercial units. That's a bar. You know what I mean? You know, you be in a casino and they bring you liquor. They hope you splurge on that table, and they gonna keep feeding you that liquor. I was responding to their expectation of rappers. We gonna go to blow the bag at, you know, the luxury boutique, whichever one, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's cool, but this the real bar. Damn, I wish my nigga Fats was here. How you died 30-something after banging all them years? Fats, you know, that's one of my best friends. We just had a genuine friendship, you know what I mean? And also one of the people that really believe that we could do something else besides gangbang. I feel terrible that I'm the one that just get to feel it. Fast don't get to feel it. Grammy nominated, in the sign of shedding tears, all this money, power, fame, and I can't make you reappear, but I don't wipe them though. We just embrace the only life we know. If it was me, I'd tell you, nigga, live your life and grow. I'd tell you, finish what we started, reach them heights, you know? And gas the V12 to the pipe and smoke. I was really emotional rapping in lyrics. That's why I said, but I don't wipe them though. We just embrace the only life we know, because that shit was on my face as I'm rapping. I'm in the studio with Hit Boy in the studio, but it was like, you know, I felt embarrassed to like be tearful in front of people, but then I reassured myself like, with the lyric, you know, we don't wipe them though, let that shit flow, because that's really from the heart, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that the record was going to be powerful, you know, when we got them bars out, but it was like an emotional moment to even say that shit, you know? Another $1 million bill, that's just some regular shit. See my granny on the jet, some shit I never forget. My granny had 13 pregnancies. It has 2 kids. She had 11 miscarriages from my uncle to my mom. Almost 12 years passed. And she was just telling me, like, imagine if I would have gave up on my 10th miscarriage, on my 9th miscarriage. And I always knew her pregnancy history. That's like a family story she tell. But I never thought about it like I wouldn't be here. You can never repay your mom, your granny, you know what I mean, with material shit. So I feel like you gotta repay them with like standing up and like being something they could be proud of. Next day we flew to Vegas with my Puma Connects. We break bread, we ain't new to success. Bleed music, invest. Enterprise, take lucrative steps. We got a core business, which is for me music. But then it's about building an enterprise around it. And I think, you know, that's what we see Jay-Z has done. That's what we see Puff has done. The music don't become how you pay the bills. It's a lot of pressure off of it. You got other things bringing in income. You can make music solely as all.
Nipsey Hussle is one of the most real dudes you'll ever meet. That's who Nipsey Hussle is. He's real. He's about God. And he sacrificed himself in order to push this thing forward. In Jesus' name. Which is great. So if you guys want to pick up the torch and be a part of this crazy revolution, join up. I'm starting a new video in 2 seconds.